Present perfect and past simple difference. Past simple, irregular verb. See second column of irregular verbs. Example, I spoke. Regular verbs is formed with infinitive plus ed. Example, I worked. Present perfect simple. Irregular verbs. Form of have plus third column of irregular verbs. Example, I, you, we, they have spoken. He, she, it has spoken. Regular verbs. Form of have plus infinitive plus ed. Example, I, you, we, they have worked. He, she, it has worked. Exception when adding ed. When final letter is e, only add d. Example, love, laughed. After a short stressed vowel, the final consonant is doubled. Example, admit, admitted. Final L is always doubled in British English, not in American English. Example, travel, travelled. After a consonant, final Y becomes I, but not after a vowel. Example, worry, worried, but play, played. Use. In British English, the use of simple past and present perfect is quite strict. As soon as a time expression in the past is given, you have to use simple past. If there are no signal words, you must decide if we just talk about an action in the past or if its consequence in the present is important. Note that following explanation and exercises refer to British English only. In American English, you can normally use simple past instead of present perfect. We cannot accept this in our exercises. However, as this would lead to confusion amongst those who have to learn the differences. Certain time in the past, or just already, yet. Do you want to express that an action happened at a certain time in the past, even if it was just a few seconds ago, or that an action has just already not yet happened? Simple past. Certain time in the past. Example, I phoned Mary 2 minutes ago. Present perfect simple. Just, already, not yet. Example, I have just phoned Mary. Certain event in the past, or how often so far. Do you want to express when a certain action took place, or whether, how often an action has happened till now? Simple past. Certain event in the past. Example, he went to Canada last summer. Present perfect simple. Whether, how often till now. Example, have you ever been to Canada? I have been to Canada twice. Emphasis on action or result. Do you just want to express what happened in the past? Or do you want to emphasize the result, a past action consequence in the present? Simple past. Emphasis on action. Example, I bought a new bike. Just telling what I did in the past. Present perfect simple. Emphasis on result. Example, I have bought a new bike. With this sentence, I actually want to express that I have a new bike now. Signal words. Simple past. Yesterday, ago, in 1990, the other day, last. Present perfect simple. Just, already, up to now, until now, till now, ever, not yet, so far, lately, recently. You must always use the present perfect when the time of an action is not important or not specified. You must always use the simple past when details about the time or place that an action occurred are given or requested. Compare present perfect. I have lived in Baku. They have eaten Thai food. Have you seen a teller? We have been to Ireland. Simple past. I lived in Baku in 1989. They ate Thai food last night. Where did you see a teller? When did you go to Ireland? There is also a difference in attitude between the two tenses, which is often an important factor in choosing which tense to use. What did you do at school today? I use the simple past tense because the question is about activities, and the school day is considered finished. What have you done at school today? I use the present perfect because the question is about results. Show me. The time at which the question is asked is considered as a continuation of the school day. Remember that British and American English have different rules for the use of the present perfect. The comments here refer to correct grammar for British English. In American English, it is often considered acceptable to use the past simple in some of these examples. The past simple is used to talk about action in the past that have finished. It talks about then and definitely excludes now. The present perfect simple to look back on action in the past from the present. It always includes now. These sentences are in the past with no connection to the present. I first got to know him 10 years ago. I started work here in 1989. I had too much to eat at lunchtime. Now look at this same situation seen for the present. I have known him for 10 years. I have worked here since 1987. My stomach hurts. I have eaten too much. We use time expression like yesterday, ago, last year, in 1999 with the past simple. We spoke to him yesterday. He came a few minutes ago. We made our last purchase from them over a year ago. She joined the company in 1999. We use time expression like ever, never, since with the present perfect. I have never seen so many people here before. Have you ever been more surprised? I have done a lot of since we last talked about it. Typical time expression used with the present perfect in British English, but often used with the past simple in American English. They are already, just, yet. I haven't done it yet, UK. I didn't do it yet, US. I have just done it, UK. I just did it, US. I have already done it, UK. I already did it, US. We can use the time phrase for with both forms, but with different meaning. I lived in Paris for a couple of years before I moved here. I have lived in Paris for a couple of years and still love it. Now let's get down to practice. A. I finished university 3 years ago. B. Where did we first meet? A. I didn't study French at school. B. I haven't seen her today. A. Have you ever smoked a cigarette? B. I have never been abroad before. A. I read a great book last week. B. I have read 3 books so far this week. A. I lost my keys and had to get it through the window. B. I have lost my keys. How am I going to get it? A. I passed my exams in 2008 and went to university. B. I have passed my exam. Fantastic. Now let's have some trial test. You have to choose the right answer. She live in London since she come here in 1999. A. Has lived, came. B. Lived, has come. C. Lived, came. D. Has lived, has come. E. Has lived, came.